Hey, what's up, guys? Grant here. I've been thinking a lot about wealth here recently, and I'm going to take a departure from my usual discussion or discourse on agency life and all that good stuff. And I'm going to talk about what wealth is formulaically, because once you understand it at that level, you're never going to look at work the same. So let's just get into this. So, before we get too deep into software, I want to cover what I call the core wealth function. It goes as follows: wealth is going to be a function of value delivered per person multiplied by people served divided by time required. Okay? Now, value delivered per person is pretty self explanatory, right? It's just how useful your product or service is. Okay, what's its utility, right? What benefit do I get from using your product or your service? So, people served is going to be how many users or individuals or whatever you want to call them can be helped simultaneously. And this last part is critical. It has to be simultaneously. How many people do you have the capacity to serve per unit of time? Okay, we want that number to be as high as possible, and we have to build systems that serve people while we're not present. The last input is going to be time or energy required, okay? And this is simply going to be a function of how much of your personal time or energy being money or effort generated, is tied up in delivering this value. So if the first two inputs are good, right? Value delivered per person is high and people served is high, but it takes all of our time and money, then the business is no good, okay? Because it's costing too much. We have to incur too much cost in order to generate this value. It's no bueno. And I wanted to talk about this because software businesses collapse the denominator being time or input required in order to generate a lot of value per person per unit of time. So once code is written, if it's good code, it continues to serve people without demanding a lot of inputs. Okay, of course, you're going to have to update the software and respond to user demands and feature requests and all that good stuff and bugs and whatnot. But generally speaking, the input cost, right, the maintenance and the amount of costs you incur to expand to another person is going to be very low. Okay, and that's why software businesses have minted a lot of billionaires throughout history. So let's contrast a software business with a consulting or other labor intensive business, right? So you come in, you serve one client, okay, and this is going to cost you time, and that's how you earn your income, okay? But if wealth is a function of value delivered, okay, so we're delivering value here, right? We're creating value for this client, and the number of people served simultaneously, meaning at the same time. Let's look at this real quick because if I'm serving one client, that means I can't serve another, right? There's an opportunity cost, okay? And that's just how time works. So the binding constraint here is going to be time. You can only serve so many people at the same time or within a day, and software businesses generate wealth because it effectively removes that constraint. Time is going to be decoupled from the service. You can serve people without being present. So the core idea here is that the marginal cost of production within a software company is nil. Okay, it's very, very low. And because these companies don't require a lot of inputs in terms of time and energy invested to create an extra unit of the product, this makes for a very scalable business. Alrighty, guys, that's all I have. Just wanted to share this with you guys. Let me know your thoughts below. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Thank you.